Week 5 of the 2020 NFL season kicks off today as we look forward to another week of NFL action. And as we always do, to maybe going over my game predictions for week number 5. And of course, a big change in the schedules this morning as the Patriots and the Broncos have both decided to cancel their game for this week, or actually postpone it to week number 6. Obviously, it got rescheduled from today to tomorrow for Monday night. And then they just decided, because of COVID-related concerns, to postpone it back to week number 6. So that's how it's going to work there. And both the Broncos and the Patriots will have a week 5 bye, it looks like right now. So yeah, that's just something that happened this morning. Of course, it's kind of it is a little bit concerning to see 3 or 4 teams like the Patriots and the Broncos and the Chiefs, that are another team, and then of course the Titans as well, having to deal with these having to deal with the COVID. And obviously it was going to happen from the start, but hopefully that just we can keep the season going, because even though it's affecting multiple teams right now, there's a good chance that we do keep the season going. But of course, it is a bit of a concern right now. But nonetheless, we're going to look at week number 5 here today. And starting out with Thursday night, of course, we have the Buccaneers and the Bears. And that game is over with at this point. But I would have picked the Bears, of course, with them being at home. And with having Nick Foles at quarterback, they're a brand new team. I'm surprised from the start the Bears just didn't go with Nick Foles. I mean, Mitch Trubisky is a good quarterback, but Nick Foles, he's been proven to do a lot more than Trubisky has. So the Bears got the win in the end. It was a close win for them. We also have the Jaguars and the Texans coming up at 1 Eastern. Of course, the Texans have been one of the worst teams in the league so far, surprisingly. They're sitting at 0-4. And of course, Bill O'Brien got fired this week, so it's going to be sort of a new team there. But I think the Texans do get a win here today. They get their first win of the season against the Texans pretty easily, too. They're favored by 5.5 there. I think that the Texans do get the win. Bengals and the Ravens also coming up at 1. Ravens are favored by 12 here. I've got the Ravens winning this one easily. I think the Bengals, I mean, they're a decent team. They got a win last week. But the Ravens are the better team. They got Lamar Jackson, great all-around offense, and they're also at home. So give me the Ravens in that one. Panthers and Falcons coming up at 1 as well. I've got the Falcons winning that one. I think the Falcons in general are a better team, and I think with them being at home, that's going to help them. Falcons get a win there as well. Jets and the Cardinals. Jets are at home for that one. Cardinals all around. I mean, they did get a win last week, but they're still looking like a big dark horse team this season. I think the Cardinals could possibly make it to a playoff appearance. It's definitely not out of the question for them right now. I've got the Cardinals winning that game in the end. Rams at the Washington football team. I've got the Rams winning that one in a close one. I think Washington does keep it close there for a little while, but the Rams will get the win in the end. Chiefs and Raiders also coming up at 1. Chiefs are favored by 11.5. Chiefs get the win here pretty easily, I think. I mean, the Raiders have been playing decently, but the Chiefs are at home. They got Pat Mahomes. They're playing really well right now. So I'm going to take the Chiefs there once again. Your bye week teams this week are the Lions, Packers, which they were already scheduled, but we're also adding in the Broncos and the Patriots now because of the COVID-related concerns. Coming up at 4:05, we got Dolphins and 49ers. Games in San Francisco. I've got the 49ers there. They're favored by 8. We also have the Giants and the Cowboys. Cowboys are favored by 8.5 there as well. Cowboys, I think, are going to get the win there. I think, honestly, both 49ers and Cowboys should get some pretty easy wins here this afternoon. Colts and the Browns is going to be a big game this afternoon. Of course, the Browns are playing extremely well right now. They actually blew out the Cowboys last week, and they're at home against the Colts. But I think the Colts are going to really show up this week. I think the Colts get the win and an upset win over the Browns here today. But the line is really close between both of these teams. As you can see, the Browns are only favored by 1 here. Very close line there for that game. Coming up on Sunday night, tonight we've got the Vikings and the Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 7 there. I've got the Seahawks winning it pretty easily. I think the Vikings this season, they're just not as good as they have been in the past. And I think that in general, like the Vikings, they got a win last week against the Texans, but that's the Texans. And the Seahawks are a whole different animal right now. They're sitting at 4-0, one of the best teams in the league. So I've got the Seahawks winning that one. Chargers and Saints tomorrow night. That's your one Monday night game now. Saints are at home and favored by 8. I've got the Saints winning that one as well. I think the Saints and Drew Brees, I mean, they're trying to turn their season back around after starting 1-2. And I think they do so against the Chargers. They're going to get the win there on Monday night. Tuesday at 7 Eastern, we've got the Bills and the Titans. Currently, there's no line for this game, but I'd assume the Titans will be favored by 1 or 2. I think it's going to be a very close line between both of these teams. Obviously, the Titans are 3-0, Bills are 4-0. Both teams still undefeated. So one team's going to leave that game with a loss, but I think it's going to be the Titans. I think the Bills do get the win in the end. Obviously, the Titans did not play last week, so that was because of the COVID, of course. But the Bills get the win in the end, I think, in general, in Tennessee. So yeah, once again, your bye week teams: Lions, Packers, Broncos, and Patriots. And that wraps up our NFL Week 5 game predictions for the 2020 season. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. If you disagree with anything here, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. But then again, thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more from All Sports Central. I'll see you all later.